customer. The more copy you can put on there, and these are sort of the last 2 points we've got, the more sort of explanation you can give, the better the customer will feel about that purchase. Again, if they're in a store, they can pick something up, they can ask someone, I've got this particular need, will this particular product suit that? They can't really do that online, so the more information you can give them and the more explanation, the happier they will feel about the product choice they're about to make, and hopefully the more likely they will be to buy. And also, what goes with this, so sort of linking to related products or other products they may like instead of the one they're looking at, if it doesn't happen to be quite right. So back to Christopher Ward as a good example. So this is probably, some people may regard this as sort of, I suppose, content experts might regard this as a little bit too much content. But this is a £400 watch. So they're trying to get customers to part with a lot of money for a watch they've not seen, they've not held, they've not put it on their wrist. And the way they do that is by explaining in a lot of detail how and why it's made, the benefits, why it's better than their other watches. This is an example of the zoom function I was talking about. So this is, the zoom image on this particular watch is larger than life size. So even if I had the watch in my hand, I'm seeing more detail online than I would be if I were in a Christopher Ward store. And it's a good way of convincing customers that the products are of a high enough quality that they can feel safe about their purchase. Cosmetics company this works. Again, they've got a lot of information on here about how the product is made, particularly when people are searching for cosmetics and sort of skincare products. There is a lot that they're concerned about. What are the ingredients? Am I going to be allergic to any of them? So this works have spent a lot of time writing all that content down to make sure the customer's happy with their purchase. This is a customer who uses videos. So against every one of their products, they've got people in their office, their product specialists, the people who actually buy it, to go on camera for 3 to 4 minutes talking about why they bought the product, what benefits are. So, a picture's worth 1,000 words, a video is worth 1,000 pictures. It's that sort of, if you were in the shop, someone would be selling you on the benefits of that product. Again, with things like Vimeo and YouTube, that doesn't have to cost you anything to host it. It's just a little bit of someone's time to talk about why those products are better than the competitors. A little bit of, if you're sort of wanting to get ahead on SEO, then writing great copy. This is a book by a lady called Mel Henson. She's worked with a couple of our customers, one of whom who sells meat online, fresh meat, which gets delivered to your house. Quite a lot of their products are the same thing, but she found 400 different ways of describing steak. So there's a lot of sort of her advice and tips that are in that book. I think it's on Amazon. Persuading the customers to buy once you've got them to the website. So what makes a good proposition? I would say, obviously, everyone's familiar with Amazon and eBay. If you are in the fashion industry, then ASOS is very important, and John Lewis do quite a lot of everything for a particular department store. But these are going to be your competitors in a way. So not the same size companies as you, but people will be looking to these websites. So there are a lot of ways of syndicating the content from your e-commerce platform into these websites. And it helps build your brand, it helps get your products in front of people. It can be a great way to test the water without investing in the cost of an e-commerce website to prove that there is demand online for your products. Then you go in and invest in the e-commerce website, your own one, and the two help support one another. So what makes a good proposition? Desirable products, i.e. things that I would want to buy. They're well presented, good photography. They're attractively priced, i.e. you're not the most expensive, but you don't have to be the cheapest either, as we'll see in a bit. Securely paid for, so people are increasingly getting comfortable with buying things online, but there is still a little bit of nervousness about typing my credit card details into a web page of a company that I may have known about for about 5 minutes. So extol the virtues of how secure that is and that you're going to handle their payment card details securely. Make sure it's nicely delivered, so make sure it's delivered in the time that you said it would be, so whichever delivery method the customer's chosen, and that it's wrapped nicely. Again, it's sort of more not necessarily about the website, about how you deliver that proposition outside the website. And make sure that those propositional elements, so why your products are better than everyone else, how you're going to get it to them, when they'll get it, make sure that's communicated on every page so that it's reinforced as customers browse around the site. Persuading folk to buy, that's an odd word, persuading people to buy. Okay, yeah, thank you. So it's a lot about the service, which we've heard already today. We've had examples of client websites that are, you would look at them and you say, that's rubbish, it's terrible, how do people buy from it? But the service of that particular company is good. So they deliver on time, it's nicely packaged. If you phone them, you can speak to people. If you've got any problems, they'll help you out. And that's about the sort of the services after the customer buys as much as it is about making it easy for them to buy. I'll hurry up because I'm running out of time. So one key factor to that is delivery options. I say people buying online, they want to know when they can get it, how long it will take to get to them, what it will look like when it arrives. Offer as many and as varied delivery options as you can. Now that might start out with something that's just standard 2 to 3 day delivery like most websites do, but if you can, make it free. Treat it as a marketing cost, extol the fact that you do free delivery, and people will hopefully recommend you. As you sort of get more established online, then start moving into more premium services. So next day delivery, and again, give them a time. Allow them to pick which day they want it to be delivered on, and make sure that they know about those options as soon as possible. Another good way of getting content for SEO and allowing people to feel good about the site is allow them to submit product reviews. It's a great way of monitoring quality control because it might be the only opportunity that customers have to sort of feed back to you. And those can be either on-site or off-site using an external service like FIFO, which can be more about your service offering, whereas on-site reviews will be more specifically about the products that you sell. Make it easy for them to buy. So you don't want to put roadblocks in their way. Make the basket page very obvious, so once they've got their list of items, if you look at Amazon as a great example, make it very simple for you to buy. They save all your details, delivery addresses, payment addresses, things like that. It's very easy for you to go through and buy, it's very convenient for you to go through and buy. Put the delivery costs as soon as you can, so that customers aren't put off. They might want to know what those are at as early a stage as possible. And putting big buttons on there makes it easier for mobile customers. So increasingly people are browsing the site on a mobile device. You may not invest in building a mobile specific website straight off, so make it easier for your customers who are browsing on a mobile to buy. An example of showing your, so particularly if you have nice packaging, if you're going to gift wrap items, then sort of sell that to your customer, show them to them as soon as possible. Making it simple, so when you have your own e-commerce platform, tie in payment services to the website. So we've got to talk later from PayPal, that's a great option. There are also other ones that make it easy, particularly with Magento and I know with other platforms as well, to sort of tie it in. So keep them in the website, make it as easy for them to pay as possible. Talk about what payment options you accept on the basket page and as early as you can, and allow them if they want to, to shop in different ways, so they can log in and they can create an account for future purchases. An example of a relatively nice basket page there. One easy thing to do is a lot of people will put products in their basket and then abandon them. They'll get distracted, they'll go and do something else. Send those customers where you can an email. Make it customer service, so we noticed you put some products in your basket but didn't buy them. Something like 40% of people who get this email will respond to it, they'll click back through and they'll finish their purchase. And those may be people that would never have come back to the website. This is a relatively easy thing to do and it does sort of bring a quick return. So getting them back onto the website once they've purchased for the first time. So again, look at your conversion data, measure the customer sort of levels of satisfaction through analytics. If you can, send them emails regularly. So send them an email after 3 weeks asking them to review their purchase, review the service. Email marketing, as often as you have something interesting to say. In the run-up to Christmas, it should be once a week to remind people that you have the sort of products they want. At other times of the year, it might be less often than that, but do it as often as you can to sort of keep things fresh. If you can, loyalty schemes are a great way. Again, something like, if managed well, they can be sort of 15% of orders involve loyalty points. So every little bit they spend on the website, they get some points back. They can eventually build those up and spend them. And catalogue marketing as well. So I think I'm very at the end now. So 5 fundamentals, and this is sort of a little bit like a plan for building sort of an online business plan. Agree and quantify the business goals that you want the website to meet. Break it down into the key activities that you'll need to do to be able to do that. Identify metrics for each of those activities. So what will I need to achieve in the analytics, the surveys, to know that I have succeeded in this? Define what activities you're going to do to achieve those numbers and review them regularly, and obviously measure. So continually go back to your results and measure them. And a goal without a plan is just a wish. I don't know who said that particularly pithy quote, but yeah, I think it holds true in this case. So there's two ways you can get sort of money, additional money when you have a website. You can either attract more new business, or you can do more to get business out of your existing customers. Those are the only two ways you can really do it, and knowing how to do those two things well can help you. Just a quick example of a website that we didn't build, but if you looked at that based on everything I've said today and everything you'll hear from the other competitors, you would look at this and you would think, oh, it's awful, it's busy, I can't see what it is at all. But this website does £35 million a year. So the quote from the owner, who went on Dragon's Den in the UK actually, on a website you're competing with YouTube, porn and Facebook. You're not trying to outbore your local council website. So open the energy taps, eat some sugar and get on with something exciting. Doing things like split testing and focusing is just a fast way to the lowest, most boring common denominator.